morning, Sri Lanka. Welcome back to the show. You're here with me, Amaya, and of course this month is a very special month because it is the Poppy Remembrance Month, where we remember the ex-service personnel who have helped our country and our nation, and who provide security for us all the time. And this is the time when the poppy flower becomes very prominent throughout the streets. We see them as well as on other commemorative articles. But right now with me I have three very distinguished gentlemen from the Ex-Servicemen's Association of Sri Lanka, and we have here in the center the president of the association, Captain Patrick Jayasinghe, as well as on my right Rear Admiral S.R. Samarathunga, who is the vice president of the association, and the media secretary of the association, Mr. Ananda Jayasekara. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
It's a great pleasure to have you here on the show this morning. And first of all, I have to ask you to just give our viewers a general idea of what the Sri Lanka Ex-Servicemen's Association's objectives are.
Sri Lanka Ex-Servicemen Association is open to all retired service personnel from the Army, Navy and the Air Force, who have taken part in, not only for the current people, even the previous World War II and I, but of course now the World War I personnel have quietly gone away. And the basic concept is that we work towards the welfare of the ex-servicemen, and also to maintain esprit de corps among them, and to look after their welfare. So that's the sort of crux of the thing. And we were in existence for the last 70 years. Next year it will be 70. It was started in 1944. The first president was Captain Beecham, the Britisher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that started quite a while back.
Ceylon Royal Naval Volunteer Reserve Officer. He was the chairman of Robertson Company at that time here. Now it's no more. And we had very distinguished personnel like Justice H.N. Gresham, Sir John Kothalal, the former Prime Minister, as one of our...
And you mentioned earlier that he served as the president for 30 years.
30 years, and we are told that the meetings were held in his Kandal estate, where the Kothalal Defence Academy is now. Then we had three service commanders, including General Dennis Pera, who passed away recently, Air Chief Marshal Harry Gundilaka, General Vanasinghe.
So when we talk about the welfare of retired servicemen, if I could interrupt you, sir, let's speak about the different programs that you have in place to benefit the retired servicemen.
Well, we know that when they usually the servicemen are used to a very sort of close-knit life. When they go off, it's a sort of truncated life, and what really happens is they need a little more care, having had a very tough life.
Of course. So
they have the academic problems, health as well. So the Sri Lanka Ex-Servicemen Association try to ameliorate their condition by giving them medical grants, say spectacles, hearing aids, surgical support. In fact, any major surgery, we give 50,000 rupees for them to sort of tide over their heavy expenses. Minor operations.
It's a great boon to them, I'm sure. And
yeah, we are spending millions on this, and then their children, we look after their education. Like if there's a university student, we give them a scholarship. And then other than that, I will refer you to Admiral Samarathunga. He's the chairman of our veterans home. We call it the veterans home. Because our elders don't want to say they are elders really, they still know they are little proud people.
And they have served our country, so I'm sure they are entitled to call themselves veterans, definitely.
I think Samarathunga will be able to tell you something about what we do for them in Polagala Katana,
Okay.
where we have a beautiful restaurant preparation place.
Yes. Thank you, President. Yes, Amma, actually, we run elders' home for the elders and the veterans who has retired and passing their twilight time in their life, and that is started about 27 years before.
It was the tri-services, is it?
For all three services, yes.
Okay.
So it was started by, of course, the house was donated by a famous philanthropist, Mr. Bharata Vikramasinghe. He is no more. He donated this to the ex-servicemen house initially to accommodate the World War veterans.
Okay.
So initially it has been provide shelter and accommodation and all the necessary facilities, those who have fought the war alongside with the Commonwealth military and come back after the World War II, and they were accommodated there, provided all the facilities. And now, of course, still we have about 4 World War II veterans living there with us. They are in the age of late 80s and early 90s. Those who have been in the CRNVR, that is Ceylon Royal Volunteer and Naval Reserve, and the Army as well.
I'm sure they have some
British
fabulous
Army.
stories that they can tell us.
Of course.
Yeah.
When it's quite interesting to go and listen to those good old day stories related by them during the time of the war, how the Japanese has been started bombarding, and how they protected Trincomalee Harbour by a boom defense net underwater. So they are the people who has been manning those nets. So that is we have 4 veterans, but of course now we have people who has been serving in Sri Lanka military, and when they find no near and dear one to support and assist them, they look for us, and we most certainly provide every possible assistance to look after them. And that is unique in the sense you have number of elders home, but for ex-military people, these are the one and only available at present in Sri Lanka. So our ex-serviceman objective is, while providing whatever the facilities to spend their twilight years
comfortably,
after completing, when they don't have a near and dear ones to look after them, to have similar houses in every province, because now the military has increased by numbers, and it is when we joined, when he joined the Navy, it was less than 1,000. When I joined, it was less than around 5,000, and now Navy, I am talking only about Navy. So Navy alone has gone up to 50,000 now, and the Army, of course, I think gone up to 200,000 like. So we can expect in the future, years to come, the number that joining or need the elders' care might grow up.
Increasing, of course.
So we are planning to cater for that. So that is the main objective. One of the objectives.
On that note, I think one of the initiatives that the association has taken up is the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, where you remind the general public, especially it's called Poppy Day, and you remind the general public that there are people, individuals who have served our country in this manner, and we should remember and respect the sacrifices they have made. So if we can go on to the mandate of the association when it comes to the Remembrance Day, maybe I can ask you, Mr. Jayasekara, about the planned activities that you have for this month.
Right. Now this is a very special year for us. Actually we are celebrating the 93rd anniversary of the poppy.
Oh, okay.
Right. As well as now this is very special to our country also because of sugar.
Definitely.
So it is a coincidence that we are celebrating our 93rd anniversary along with the 24th anniversary of the sugar. So it's a historical event for us. Now for us in Sri Lanka Ex-Servicemen's Association, it's a huge umbrella association. Our membership is quite near to 50,000 now.
I see.
And we have been from the tri-forces, we got 42 associations and the members from all over the island, and some members, for 2 associations are abroad in Australia and UK, and we have promulgated this poppy campaign throughout the island, and you may see on the streets and in different establishments selling poppies. And our highlight of ceremony will be on Sunday, 10th November.
And Captain Jaising, if you want to add something.
Well, before talking about the ceremony, I'll just give a little background on the poppy.
Please, yes.
Yeah. It is told that when during the marauding armies of Genghis Khan, and they have gone through, they were attacking westwards, and subsequently during the World War I, in the Flanders fields area, this poppy flower is supposed to be white in color earlier. So the story goes.
A very different color to red.
Now after the war was over, it's surprisingly the flowers that bloomed had taken the color of red. Earlier this poppy was known as the flower of forgetfulness, because they take out a certain amount of narcotics out of the poppy. It's a very famous thing for that. So it was called the flower of forgetfulness.
Okay.
But when this happened, Lord McAloy said, look, this is giving us some signal, some idea, why don't we call it the flower of remembrance? That's how the poppy became the flower of remembrance.
Okay.
And one lady by the name of Moina Michel, she was the secretary of the YMCA. She started wearing a poppy flower, the actual flower.
YWCA.
But she was the secretary of the YWCA. And then they got the idea, why not we sell poppies and raise funds for these people who are disabled, who died. That's how it started in 1920s. And this caught up worldwide. And today we are receiving these poppies, the artificial ones, made in the poppy village in England.